Hi, welcome to Conversations With. I'm so excited because I have an amazing guest here today. Her name is Kellee, and she is Mrs. Alaska International 1999. She's going to share her journey today to pageantry and beyond. So, Kellee, thank you from the bottom of my heart for coming on today and sharing your story.
Well, thank you for having me.
How did you come across pageantry?
Well, when I was younger, I was very interested in anything sparkly, of course, as a little girl. And I did a couple of the Little Miss, and I think it's the Next Level Miss contest until I hit high school, and I fell in love with dancing and focused more on performing. Um, a lot of tap, jazz, modern at that time. And I left that kind of field, went into Department of Public Safety, where I worked for the state fire marshal, actually. And we had worked on different things with fire safety education. We worked with the Firefighters Academy on the different aspects of what we need to do as a community for our families. Unfortunately, during that time that we were in Alaska, they had the highest child death statistic. And so we worked together with the community to kind of help bring education together so that children knew how to get themselves out of the house. Everybody else we could focus on time-wise, but we had to kind of empower the children to do this. And so we had a trailer that was like a little smokehouse. It literally had a little kitchen and everything. And we practiced this is a kitchen fire. This is where you're in the bedroom. This is how you would get out. It's a good way of becoming well-rounded in the ability to speak, to present, almost like a finishing school for ladies that, that aren't necessarily available in that kind of setting.
So you already had your platform, if you will, and then you came across the international pageant. So walk me through that journey a little bit.
We had our pageant in the state of Alaska, and I do want to kind of bring this up because it was very, very unique. We were at a school university stadium, and we went through the full pageant process to right before the evening gown when we lost all power in that whole section.
Oh my goodness.
So literally, we had it in the lobby with, I don't remember if car lights were used, but we worked together. All the ladies were very, very creative and helping each other to get dressed. And we were able to put on a show for the audience that I don't believe, it's like taking that fourth dimension out. It was more personable. And I think that changed a lot of how pageantry as a whole is presented to the audience. It was definitely a deep connection. And I honestly, by the time we got to the point of crowning, I thought that the first runner-up actually wins. So I gave her a big hug and I was like, hey, congratulations, fantastic. And she's like, Kellee, stop. Like, oh, whoops, okay, well, thank you. I had already kind of built this camaraderie with the ladies in Alaska, and the international pageant itself was in Texas. And at that time, I'd never been there before. Huge difference between Alaska and Texas, except for maybe the size. I met so many really smart, beautiful, empowered women from all over the place. And we bonded over different things that, we all did together as a community, talked a lot about children as a whole, and what could happen, and, the best way to help young ladies get confidence, know what they want to do to move forward in their goals, and, different steps of life. And we discussed all of that together. But one of the key things that I realized, because I don't have any older sisters, is that they were like an older sister saying, okay, don't wear that. You need to do this. We had a couple of tips that well, actually kind of made me laugh. I didn't know that you could use duct tape, but now I do know there's so many uses for duct tape that you should always have that in your beauty catalog. Vaseline for your teeth. Again, I didn't know that. One of the contestants was like, hey, open your mouth. She put some on me. She's like, okay. And so it was so sweet how everybody kind of helped each other out. Nail polish actually on hose too. And spray, what is that? It's like an air mist for your legs.
Okay.
I mean, I met Carolyn, Miss Hawaii, during that time because I would get stressed and go to the gym, and she would be there too. And I'm like, I'm just running, and it's that kind of bond. You know, Bridget and Carolyn have been in my life for a really long time, and it's that kind of relationship and friendships and going through all the different things in our lives. It's something that you can't get anywhere else, and you know, we're beautiful, beautiful pageant. You know, could not ask for more inside, I don't know, beautiful inside and out, I would say.
Oh,
And
I,
I was really proud to be a part of that.
I love that. Kellee, you had mentioned Bridget, and for the viewers listening or watching, we did an interview with the amazing Bridget, and she was, or she still is, of course, Mrs. Singapore International, and I'm forgetting the year, but she's just a shining light as you are, Kellee. So I love to hear that you created friendships in the sisterhood that have lasted such a long time, and your friendship has just grown into this beautiful, supportive network of great women. So, is there anything else that you really took out of going to Texas and competing for Mrs. International that kind of stuck with you for a long time?
I would say that it made me remember just how great the camaraderie can be between women. I mean, we are amazing. We have babies, we organize things, we multitask every day, every moment. And to see so many people from so many different parts of the world and see all parts of the costumes. And I love, as a kid growing up, I loved watching the Miss USA pageant. And so like being a part of that was somewhat of an accomplishment on my part. And I feel like that feeling of succeeding, you know, getting older, and you go into the world, it's a lot to build that confidence. So I would say, you know, I was in a beautiful place in Texas with some of the most beautiful women in the world.
What are we going to see, Kellee, in the next 5 years from you?
Well, in the next 5 years, we are, well, the US is in kind of an influx right now with everything that happened in COVID. The company that I work for, CH Capital Partners, we had been working with immigrant small businesses in helping to work with some of the programs and such in the SBA. With everything that happened in COVID, though, the SBA is taking it on their own to kind of offer their catalog of things through all kinds of lenders. So we are revamping what we're working on. One of the things that's so exciting for me is that the company has now changed to be female-led and the majority of female-led minority businesses. And our goal is to work with other businesses that are inclusive in that way that we can help bring to the, so I'm very, very excited about that.
Oh, that's amazing. Kellee, I am so glad we connected. I feel a lifelong friendship happening here as well, along with Bridget. So thank you for coming on and sharing your pageant journey. You are an inspiration to so many amazing, not just women, to men as well, because it does take some sort of fearless energy to go on and achieve your dreams, to compete for your country or your area, and to also help your causes. For yourself, it was to help children for fire safety. For me, it's to inspire children to achieve greatness from within. And I'm focusing on poverty because there's so many kids in poverty around the world, especially in the USA and in Australia, which you would not believe. And together we are creating these programs with our multiple non-for-profit organizations. So we're going to be giving them opportunities that they wouldn't normally have, and that's something that's really special in my heart. So can I ask you one last question before we go? What is your favorite book, Kellee?
It's a cross between Atlas Shrugged and the Celestine Prophecy.
Okay.
I don't know if Atlas Shrugged is kind of recommended in college in Australia, but it's definitely recommended in the art school that I went to. And it's, I think, you keep open up your mind, and I'm a lifelong reader. That's one of my favorite things. And so it was a challenge. It's, I think, about the same length of pages as War and Peace, but a lot easier to read.
Yeah, absolutely. So that stuck with you for a long time. I love that you mentioned that book. That's amazing. For me, it was Think and Grow Rich. It's a similar philosophy, very much open mind and live from within. So that's great. Kellee, I cannot thank you enough for coming on today. Thank you so much. That's it, guys. That's Conversations With. I'm so excited you tuned in. And remember to always sparkle from within. So I invite you to sparkle for every child. And if you'd like to support our cause, please go to my website, which is laurajaneratliff.com. See you soon.